Hello guys, welcome back to this YouTube channel. I'm gonna quickly break this trade setup down. We took this beautiful setup on Volatility 10 index on a 5 minute chart today with a free Telegram community. This was the setup, as you can see. Okay, we sold, we stop loss here, and then this executions, very deep profits. So let's quickly break this trade down. And before I go on, please give this video a like. Okay, just take 1 second of your time to like this video. Now let's go to the daily time frame. That's where I start my analysis from. We have to first of all identify our daily bias. Okay, so looking at the daily chart, it is clear that price has been bearish for a while. Okay, and I think price is going to sell all the way to this bullish order block. For my long-term bias, price is going to sell this to this bullish weekly order block. So on the daily chart, order flow is bearish, and if price is bearish on the daily chart, I want to be looking for sales. No matter what happens on the lower time frame, I'm only looking for sales. Okay, so if the daily perspective or bias is bearish, I can look for bearish 2022 model. Okay, ICC 2022 model for bearish scenarios, and then start looking for sales, and that would be a 30 super bear highs. When we take any buy side liquidity, that's a potential sell opportunity. Okay, so there is this daily fair value gap. Okay, the price came into it right here. Okay, price came into that daily fair value gap. So let's look at what price did after tapping into that daily fair value gap, because you are framing our bias. Our bias is bearish. Price has tapped into a daily fair value gap, and on the 1 hour chart, let's see what happened. So let's go to the 1 hour chart. So on the 1 hour chart, we can see that price took this buy side liquidity, this short-term high, okay, into our daily fair value gap. And as I said, if your daily bias is bearish, you want to be selling bearish ICT 2022 model. So that's a 30 super above that high into the daily fair value gap. Of course, I didn't see these entries as I was busy. So price broke down, formed this failure swing, okay. You can see that we were making higher highs, and at this point we started making lower lows. So failure swing, breakdown, mitigation block, price trade into the mitigation block, taking this short-term high, as buy side liquidity. As those buy side liquidity was taken, we shifted the market structure below this low. Okay, so what this becomes is a breaker block. The reason why it's a breaker block, you can see that we have a low, a lower low, and a higher high. So this was a bullish order block that was supposed to hold price to continue being bullish, but we broke through it. So once we break through it, that level becomes an ICT breaker block, right? A very strong area to look for sales, bearish breaker block. And we have this flip zone, this indecision candle. As you can see, there was a battle there, consolidation there before price finally broke through it. So coupled with the breaker block, a very good area to look for what entries. So as soon as price came into that level, okay, I went down to the 15 minutes chart to start looking for entries. So let me go to the 15 minutes time frame, okay. So you see how I'm framing the setup from the daily to the 1 hour to 15 minutes. Very good. So price came into the 1 hour breaker block that we identified, plus this flip zone, and then I can see that there was this buy side liquidity that high. This high that you see here, okay, buy side liquidity was what swept. So I saw ICT 2022 model, buy side liquidity taken into my point of interest or breaker block, and I see a market structure shift with displacement on the 15 minutes where we broke structure of this low. Okay, so as soon as I saw this 2022 model happening after tapping into my point of interest on the 1 hour chart, I was very happy to see this nice bearish confirmation. Okay, so once this bearish confirmation was given on the 15 minutes chart after this candle closed, I went down to the 5 minutes to refine my area to look for sales. So on the 5 minutes chart, I'm going to go to the 5 minutes chart, and I'll show you my refinements at areas where I started to look for entries. So on the 5 minutes chart, I saw this 5 minutes breaker block here. As you can see, we have a low here, lower low, and after that we made a higher high, and then we broke structure to the downside here. So this becomes what your breaker block, and so that's where I started to give the sell signal. So starting from the breaker block, we started selling, and then we have the original order block up here. Price hit it, and also we started selling from there. Our stop loss was protected above this high, because this high has already done its job by clearing this buy side liquidity into this level. So this high should be protected. Okay, it's a long-term high that price is putting in place. Okay, so it should be protected. Is that has done its job, working structure to the downside. So we sold, and then we held price all the way to hit this profit targets. Now, for how I got these profit targets, the first target was this sell side liquidity down here. Okay, as we've taken buy side liquidity into our institutional reference point and price has started to break down, it's going to attack sell side liquidity. So this swing low and then this swing low, they are relative equal lows. So that was our first profit target. And for this target and then this target, I ran a standard deviation of this level. Okay, let me do it this way. So you can see this swing high to this swing low. Okay, that was the original swing point that price manipulated. Okay, so early sellers from this point were manipulated here before the breakdown. So if it is finally breakdown, I'm expecting price to at least sell 1 or 2 standard deviations below this low. So we can copy this same box to measure the same level below it, and you can expect price to reach 1 standard deviation of the swing point that was manipulated. And as you can see, that's how I had this profit target for 1 standard deviation of the manipulation that happened. Okay, so that's how I had this beautiful profit target. And as you can see from the executions, I had it all the way to that level. Okay, because I was confident, I knew what price was doing on a higher time frame, which is bearish. Okay, so there's simply the trade breakdown. Daily order flow bearish, 1 hour order flow bearish. There's 1 hour ICT 2022 model happening after buy side liquidity into our 1 hour point of interest, and then 15 minutes fractal ICT 2022 model happening here, buy side liquidity taking breakdown. I refine my sell entries from this 5 minutes breaker block and this 5 minutes order block where we started selling. And as I showed you my reasons for the profit targeting this relative equal low plus this relative equal low, first target, and then this original swing point from this high to this low that was manipulated. If price is going to sell, it's going to sell below it for 1 standard deviation of that same swing point. So from that high to that low, extending 1 standard deviation just below it, that will be your final profit target, and it was hit beautifully. Very, very beautiful, right? So if you want to learn how to do these things on a deeper level, I'm open to mentoring you. You can hit me on Telegram and discuss mentorship stuff with me. Okay, but if you don't have money to do so, I also provide so many free videos like this where you can learn from. Okay, and by any way, if you decide to come for something premium, my arms are open for that. You can also just learn from this free stuff and just be a part of the Telegram. I post free trades like we did today. We banned all this profit with the free Telegram community and with the VIP members also. Give this video a like, as I said, and share it with your friends.